Minister, first of all, on the Leaving Cert briefly, it was discussed earlier on. There is no way that the government can guarantee the Leaving Cert will happen in June. No way. Tony Holohan, at the leaders' briefing, we asked him, would the restrictions be lifted by March? He said, I couldn't possibly tell you. No idea. Right? So there's no way you can remove the stress and uncertainty from students other than by saying they will not be forced to sit the exam. But where you come in, it seems to me, is that an alternative would be to allow open access to everybody to higher level education, to third level education. And you should start now by establishing where do the current cohort of leaving students want to go. Find out where they want to go and see how many places we have, and then work out how many additional places would be needed in order to accommodate them in the courses of their choice. That's what we should do. That would remove the stress and it would allow everyone to advance. And it would provide certainty. And by the way, in some countries they do that as a matter of course anyway. They just let people go to higher education, and if they can't manage the course, they drop out of the course. Secondly, fees of any description are unconscionable at the moment, particularly when we need more nurses, student nurses, we need more doctors, we need more engineers, we need at a whole range of levels. Why, when the ability of families and students to earn income is greatly diminished, the quality of the education experience is greatly diminished, how can you possibly justify fees? I think we should remove all fees. And lastly, I want to ask you about student nurses. Student nurses are now once again, I think 6,000 healthcare workers out since Christmas. They are going to be working again just as they have been all last year. And they are offered the insulting amount of €100. This is at the same time as the Secretary General of the Department of Health gets a €90,000 increase to an unbelievable salary of €290,000. Unbelievable. And €100 a week for student nurses. But one of the arguments, and I want you to answer this, one of the arguments you've used is, oh, you either have an apprentice programme that's paid or you have a degree, but you can't have both. Right? Student nurses have informed me, student paramedics are getting €28,000 a year for a degree course as we speak. How come student nurses can't get that? In construction engineering in the University of Limerick, you're paid €12 an hour for doing, frankly, less dangerous work than student nurses are doing. How come it can happen there? You can have a degree and quality education and get paid, and I think now is the time to give it to the student nurses.
Always appreciate people helping to advocate for investment in higher education, and yes, I will. Last year saw the largest ever increase in the number of higher education places in our country, and many of you were rightly concerned, as was I, that that would be a one-year only investment. We've managed to ensure that all of the extra places we put in to the third level system last year will be available again, plus 2,000 additional places on top of that. So we are expanding and growing the higher education sector at a rate we have never done before. Policy for the Leaving Cert does obviously reside with the Minister for Education, but you're right, my department's role is to make sure we have as many places available for people as possible.